The bread hadn't even touched the table when she hissed at me, her words sharp enough to slice through the noise. "Use the other fork," she muttered, her eyes fixed elsewhere. I froze mid-reach, caught off guard. Around us, the restaurant buzzed with laughter and clinking glasses, everyone immersed in lively discussions about marketing trends and someone's recent trip to Seattle. But all I could focus on was the cold weight of her words. I swapped forks quickly, pretending to know the difference, though I had no clue. I just wanted to disappear into the shadows. Seconds later, she burst out laughing at someone's joke, leaning close to the man seated beside her, fingers grazing his wrist, laughing far too loudly, too long, as if I didn't exist. The waiter returned with wine. She swirled it like she was a food critic on television, savoring every drop. When I reached for my glass, my hand shook slightly, spilling water onto the table. Her words came soft but venomous. "God, could you try not to be so? You?" She smirked, and though I pretended not to hear, her friend Karen caught it. Karen. We'd only spoken a handful of times, but there was something about her. She rarely smiled, yet her quiet presence carried weight. She said nothing, simply watched. The evening dragged like sandpaper against skin. Every chance she got, she belittled me. Someone admired the necklace I'd given her last Christmas. She chuckled, brushing it off, saying I bought it online in 5 minutes. They laughed, but I sat there knowing the truth. 12 stores. Custom engraving. A gift that had taken weeks of thought, reduced to nothing. Later, as dessert arrived and conversation shifted to childhood memories, I cautiously shared a story about my cousin and I getting stranded in a canoe on a frozen lake. Harmless tale. People chuckled. Then she struck. Loudly, cruelly. Isn't it funny how the most boring people tell the longest stories? The laughter stopped. A heavy, suffocating silence replaced it. Her friends looked away, uncomfortable. Karen, however, stood. Calm, poised, she turned to me and said, "Let's get some air." Without waiting, she walked toward the terrace. I followed, my legs heavy, my heart thudding. Outside, the wind was sharp, city lights flickering below. Karen turned, her expression sharp but not unkind. "You really don't know, do you?" she asked, her voice quiet but cutting. "Know what?" I asked, dread twisting in my gut. She exhaled, steady. "She isn't just mean, Darren. She's cheating." Her words hit harder than any insult. "No," I whispered, my voice breaking. But even I didn't believe it. Karen's gaze didn't waver. "She left the table twice tonight. You didn't even notice. She wasn't in the restroom. She's not hiding it well anymore. And I don't even know why I'm telling you. Maybe because no one else will." Before I could reply, the door opened behind us. "You two okay out here?" my wife called sweetly. Karen leaned in, her voice a whisper. "Ask her where she was between the salad and the wine." She walked back inside, leaving me clutching the cold railing, staring down at the street below. That night was the beginning of the end. The next morning, I woke up before dawn, Karen's words gnawing at my brain. I watched Jessica sleep, her face serene, breathing steady, as if nothing in her world had changed. But mine had. Her phone sat on the nightstand. I'd never checked her phone before. But I did that morning. I'm not proud of it. As I picked it up, a message flashed. "Thanks for last night," from a contact listed only as M. My heart sank. The thread was deleted, but the preview remained. I placed the phone back before she stirred. I needed more proof. I played it cool that day, making her coffee, watching her lie about her plans. Later I found Karen on Instagram and sent her a message. "Me. What did you mean last night about the cheating?" Karen replied within minutes. "Karen. You're not ready." "Me. Try me." Her reply was chilling. Karen. They meet behind her office. Thursdays. 6:30 p.m. Don't ask how I know. Today was Thursday. I lied about working late. She barely noticed. I parked near her office at 6:15, heart racing. At 6:38 I saw her. Jessica exited the building, glanced around, then approached a black SUV. Man stepped out. Athletic. Late 30s. She smiled at him, soft, intimate. They kissed. Deeply. I couldn't breathe. I didn't take photos. I just watched. They left together. That night she came home humming. I couldn't speak. The next morning she made breakfast, acting sweet, as though nothing had happened. I reached out to Karen. Me. I saw them. Karen. I know. You don't need me to say it. Me. I do. Her words were steady. You're not crazy. You didn't deserve it. She told me everything. Jessica had been seeing him for months. Hotel meetups, bar dates, lies layered over lies. She's not just cheating, Darren. She's escaping. You're the mirror she's trying to shatter. I began documenting everything. Messages, locations, screenshots, photos. That night I made her favorite dinner. Lit candles. She smiled, flattered. I waited until she was in the bath, then found her secret phone in her gym bag. Her passcode hadn't changed. Found it all. Messages mocking me. Hotel bookings. Voice notes. In one message, she called me a loyal, dumb golden retriever. I didn't cry. I laughed. The absurdity. I returned the phone, hiding every trace of my discovery. But I wasn't the same. I left her a note the next morning. Enjoy book club. I'll be out late too. She laughed, clueless. I followed her that evening. She didn't hesitate, checking into another hotel. I documented it all. When she returned home, she lied as usual. That night I finalized my plan. I printed everything. Screenshots, transcripts, photos. I sealed them in a plain envelope. 2 days later we dined with her friends. She dressed up, glowing with false confidence. At the restaurant, I handed the envelope to the hostess. Minutes later, Jessica received it at the table. Her face crumbled as she flipped through the pages. She fled to the restroom, shaken. I sat there calmly, sipping water. She returned, ghostly pale, unable to meet my eyes. I said nothing. The silence spoke louder. On the drive home, neither of us spoke. She clutched her phone like a life raft. I kept my hand steady on the wheel, feeling the shift inside me. I wasn't her golden retriever anymore. I was the ghost she would never escape.